We have completed Unit 3. Also, we conducted some exercise for tutorial. And today we will continue with our Unit 4. And that Unit 4 actually is focused on the receptors, ligands. What is the chemistry of receptors binding to the ligands? Type of receptors, yes, type of signaling, etc. Okay, so in that direction, it is very logical to start with the learning objectives of the Unit 4. Okay, and if you look at here, I have drafted some learning objectives. The first learning objective should be of Unit 4, that is to know the basic structure and function of receptors, to understand the types of receptors, why one receptor is going to be different from other receptors. Then third objective is also to learn molecular basis of ligand receptor interactions. Okay, so these are the major learning objectives. I think in the previous class I started with this particular illustration or the model of receptor, and I raised last time also this particular slide, and this unit is very essential and critical. Why it is critical? Because all the other unit like Unit 5th, Unit 6, 7, all these are dedicated to the unique specific family of receptor. Like, one unit is dedicated to the GPCR, other unit is dedicated to receptor tyrosine kinase, then other is ion channel receptor, and likewise many more other receptors and signaling pathway. So, but the Unit 4 is going to give us very clear, lucid imagination about, oh, what is these receptors? Yeah, hai kya? What is the chemistry of receptors? How these receptor, whether it is type of GPCR family or the receptor tyrosine kinase, what is the basic features or properties of these receptors? Yes or no? That is why I thought I should start with this particular concept of receptors. Also, there is a terminology like agonists, antagonists, yes or no? And these are all nothing, these are the defining the state of any chemical structure. Like one chemical structure, they may be able to bind with receptor in a one state where the receptors are activated. Antagonists are having different chemistry or different chemical conformation, where these chemical structure will bind to the receptor in a different state of conformation. And that will lead to the receptor to go into the sleeping mode, or the receptor is going to be blocked for their activity. That is the whole understanding we will also develop in this particular unit 4. If you remember in the previous class, I started with, let me to use the annotation here. Okay. Yeah. So this is the N terminus. Yes or no? If you remember, this is our C terminus. The N terminus or C terminus, what I refer here, any receptor structure, irrespective of the different family, superfamily, even it can be integrin or cadherin or GPCR, it is a polypeptide that starts from N terminus to the C terminus. That's what we have to understand. That is the basic feature. So the N terminus here, if you look at this classical receptor, that receptors where the polypeptide is working as a transmembrane receptor. क्या काम कर रहा है? So this is working as a transmembrane. So I will write here, this is transmembrane protein as a receptor. So these receptors is different in chemistry, different in secondary structure, different in tertiary structure or quaternary structure. If you remember in protein biochemistry, so these are the different state of conformation or the structure is discussed. So the receptor is nothing exceptional. Receptor as the chemical structure or the chemistry, these are the polypeptide. So obviously these polypeptides are distinct. These are the transmembrane protein that starts from the N terminus here. At that N terminus, if you look at here, so this will be the region of your ECM. Yes or no? So this is the ECM. This region will be your TM, that is transmembrane area of the lipid bilayer structure, and this one will be your cytoplasmic side, or you can say also that is intracellular. Okay. So this cytoplasmic side or intracellular side that is here. So that means C terminus is in the cytoplasmic side and N terminus that is in the ECM side. And in between the polypeptide, if you look at here, can you see the cursor if you clearly here, this cursor. So N terminus, these are all the representation of the atoms, you know. And that is why I'm discussing chemistry. So we have to understand the receptor as a chemical structure where the polypeptide, that is different amino acid, as per the sequence, they are that representing a particular composition of that receptor. So in that way, if you look at the N terminus, these are the model diagram, model illustration of the atoms starting from here, then it passes through the bilayer membrane. If you look at here, that is why we are using the word here single pass. So this polypeptide is passing through the membrane single time. That is why this type of the receptor we can refer here, we can type here like this one. So we can say that is single pass TM receptor. TM means transmembrane. So this is the single pass because the N terminus to the C terminus, it is passing through single time here, bilayer. Okay. Then the portion of the polypeptide is hanging inside the cytoplasm. That's why we also refer here this as a ICD, intracellular domain. क्या बोलते हैं इसको? Intracellular domain. So I can write here ICD or intracellular domain. Clear? So basically the receptors, what we are taking as an example of transmembrane protein as serving as a receptor, N terminus to the C terminus, they have the different domain. That is very clear. One more point to be noted down here. All the receptors, GPCR, integrin, cadherin, they have their own chemistry. They have their own structural features. Like GPCR, they are going to pass through the membrane. You know, if you look at the cursor here, here it is single pass, but the GPCR is going to pass through the bilayer structure 7 times. कैसे pass करता है? 7 times. So like this way, I can, if I can draw the structure here, ऐसा 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Then they create a receptacle structure. That is the GPCR. So what understanding we have developed, the different type of receptors or family of the receptor, they are inherited. They have the coded information of chemistry that allow them to serve as a receptor for in a different signaling pathways to receive different type of chemical structures. That is why we also refer here chemical signaling. Yes, no doubt. We also discussed earlier that signaling does not mean always chemical signaling. Majority of them are chemical, but that can be also in the form of like physical signaling, mechanical signaling. Nowadays, even the emotional signaling or electromagnetic radiations, that can be the possibilities of the form of signaling. But yes, here in a classical example of the receptor, we are taking the example of chemical signals. Okay. Great. So that is what we understood. Now, another very important point to understand the basic of receptor is, okay, receptors can be single pass, 4 pass, 6 pass, or heptahelical, that is 7 pass transmembrane. That is fair. But still there are some uniqueness. Yes or no? Some transmembrane protein, if you understand here, they are glycoprotein structure. Yes or no? Yaad hai aapko? Like, cadherin, integrin. So the ECM here, this region, they will have also the option of binding of or the availability of glycan structure. Yes. That is why these transmembrane protein, they are also designated as glycoprotein. Some of the transmembrane protein, they can be proteoglycan. They can be lactine. So that means what is the key indication? The chemistry of these polypeptide conjugated with other macromolecular structure, that is carbohydrate or sometimes also the lipids, that changes the property of the receptor. So imagine one receptor is without any glycan structure, that will be different. Other protein is having some glycan structure, that will be different. So the chemistry of receiving the signal, chemistry of working as a cell-to-cell recognition or working as a part of adherence between cell to the ECM will be completely distinct. And that is why again I confirm these distinct structure of different type of the receptors is the actual basis of either prokaryotic cell or the eukaryotic cell to be defined as a structural and functional unit of living organism. If this uniqueness is not there in terms of the chemistry of these receptors, then a particular cell is never be able to be functional as a unit of living organism. ये बहुत ही जरूरी है. That is why it is very important to understand the chemistry of these receptors. Okay. So that means the ECM may have also some additional chemical components that can be in the form of glycan or the lipid or fatty acids also as a part of additional structures that help the receptor to work as a receptor. So these glycan structure or the fatty acid structure is not without any use. These structures are given to the ECM component of the receptor for certain purpose that facilitate the receptor function of these polypeptide or these transmembrane protein. Okay. Another very important point to remember here, in this particular illustration, if I can look at here, if I can draw a line here in the middle, आपको दिख रहा है? If I draw in the middle, what it appears to me, it is a symmetrical structure. One half is here. Can you see the cursor here? So this half of whole complex, and this is the another half. Yes or no? It looks almost symmetrical. That means some transmembrane receptor, they will have the symmetrical structure. They work as a homodimer. Two identical polypeptides, they are assembled together and then they create like this receptacle structure. I understand. But that may not be true for each and every type of the receptors sitting on the membrane. And one more important thing I also tried to discuss several times. A receptor is of nano dimension, 1 to 2 nanometer. Micron size of the cell, that is of 120 or 130 surface area, micron surface area. There are billions of these nanostructures are working as a transmembrane receptor. This particular illustration is an example of this bilayer here. Can you see the cursor? This bilayer is the tiny fraction of whole surface area. And within the tiny fraction of surface area, what I can see here, one receptor is working as a transmembrane protein. One receptor. But that does not mean receptor or the cell, that is the living biological cell system, they will only one receptor. Whole surface area of the cell, that is the bilayer structure, they will display different design of chemical structure of these receptors. It can be integrin, it can be cadherin, it can be GPCR, it can be receptor tyrosine kinase, it can be ion channel receptor. If you guys have understood that particular idea and the concept, that will be the success of unit 4. Okay. But in this particular case, we are taking about the example of one cell, their small membrane, and now we are discussing about one unique design of transmembrane receptor. Okay. If you look at this unique design of transmembrane, these receptor, it appears to be symmetrical, 2 equal half. Look at here, 2 equal half, it appears to be like adhered together. They assemble together. That is truth. One polypeptide, here, N terminus to the C terminus, another polypeptide, N terminus to the C terminus, they assemble together. They work together. That is in the form of, here, if you take the example, it works like a homodimer. कैसा काम कर रहा है? Homodimer. But one more important point. Okay, C terminus to the N terminus. What is this structure? Can you see the, or even I can draw the line here. What is this? ये क्या है? Anyone?
Binding site.
क्या है?
Binding site.
Yeah. So this is an example.
Amino acids.
This is an example of ligand, or I can say chemical signals. Okay. Or you can say agonist. Actually, these are the example of, and now I have to draw an arrow. Yeah. Okay. So this structure, that is the whole representation here. And if you look at the atoms here in different color, these atoms represent the chemistry of the ligand. So these chemistry of the ligand is able to fit within the pocket of the binding region of the C term, that is the ECM domain of this receptor. Look at here. And surprisingly, what is happening? Other half of the receptor that is also having the similar chemical structure. Look at here, this one. So the ligand 1 and ligand 2. That means two chemical structure in the form of the ligands are able to bind to the pocket of these polypeptides serving as a receptor. So, ho kya raha hai? So what is happening here at the chemical level, the atomic structure or composition of the ligands are going to fit within the pocket of the transmembrane receptor here. This binding, you can correlate with the example of antigen antibody, no problem. Substrate enzymes, almost the similar. There is some kind of specific association or binding of ligand with the pocket of this transmembrane receptor. And how many ligands are there? There are 2 ligands. Kitne hai? 2. 1 and 2. Both are binding to the half of the transmembrane receptor equally. And that is why the homodimer here is going to utilize the 2 ligand structure, 2 chemical structure from both sides. Then you will ask, okay, what will happen if there is only one ligand will bind to the one pocket here and another pocket is empty? Whether transmission of signal will be there, whether transmission of signal from outside, that is the ECM, to the cytoplasmic side will be successful, then I will say no. That depends. That is what I am convincing. That is why the structure of receptors are different. One class of the receptor may need only one ligand. Other class of the receptor may need 2 ligands. Yes or no? Multiple ligand concept is there. And how it is going to be decided? That is going to be decided by the unique chemistry that is written inside the receptor structure. That may be in the form of secondary structure, tertiary structure or quaternary structure. Agar ye samajh mein aa gaya, so that will be the great success of unit 4 as a concept of receptor. Aaya samajh mein? And for your surprise, this particular example of the receptor is nothing. These receptors are studied, or we will study it in unit 5th or 6th, where receptor tyrosine kinase. कहाँ पर study करते हैं? Receptor tyrosine tyrosine kinase, RTK. So this is the representative illustrative model of RTK working as a transmembrane receptor where the two identical polypeptides are assembled together and two different ligands are going to bind from outside. Okay. If you have any doubt or point to discuss, you can raise question or you can raise hand. Okay, we have understood. Yes. There is an option of raise hand. So in the raise hand, you can ask some doubt or you can raise hand that, okay, I have not understood. And also you can raise the hand, okay, things have been understood. And then we can go to the next topic. Yes.
Sir, Setu has a doubt. She has written it in the chat box.
Yes, please. बताओ अर्जुन.
So chat box में सेतु ने एक डाउट पूछा है.
Okay. So the Setu has asked question. Does this mean this particular receptor has to? Oh, exactly. That's what I am trying to convince. So the different type of the good question. Different type of the receptor. They will have the number of binding sites. So it can be single binding site or it can be also the multiple binding site. You are correct. So this particular example of the receptor, what we have taken, this receptor is having the two binding sites. But most important is here, both binding sites will accommodate same chemical structure, same chemical signaling molecule. You know, like look at the chemistry here. This chemistry of this ligand and the chemistry of this ligand is identical. Okay, doubt is clear? Fine. Should we go to the next?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sure. Okay, guys. So we have understood about the receptor, basic model of receptor. Now the next step is how the receptor is going to serve the purpose of receptacle or receiving the signal or receiving the instruction from ECM that is going to be transmitted to the cytoplasmic side, or you can say the intracellular compartment. Okay, one more point to understand here. Look at here, ho kya raha hai? See, receptor is outside ECM. Now imagine ligands are going to bind here, this side I say, from here. Okay, then what happens? Ligands are bound to the pocket of this particular receptor. Then what is happening here? At the atomic level, what is happening? This particular chemical structure, they are fitting within the pocket of this receptor. Then the amino acid that is able to create a particular conformation in the form of secondary, tertiary or quaternary, that is going to make a change here. These atoms are going to make a dancing tune. A wave of conformational change is there, you know, here. These wave of conformational changes from one atom to the other atoms, these changes will pass through the membrane. This type of the scene is there. This wave. Once they reaches to the cytoplasmic side, here what we are using the word transmission of signal. Transmission of signal, that does not mean the chemical structure or the ligands are going to be transmitted. In majority of the signaling, or at least in this model, the signaling transmission or the flow of signal from outside to the inside is nothing, that is in the form of dancing tune of these conformational changes at the atomic level, I say. In the polypeptide, yes, once this change enters to the cytoplasmic side, what is happening here? The cytoplasm has the dedicated cytoplasmic protein that receives, that captures that change of conformation. I say. What is the change of conformation? That another protein is sitting inside the cytoplasm. And if you look at the C terminus, here somewhere the cytoplasmic proteins are waiting for that change. And that's what we refer here. The signals are transmitted from outside to the inside, and inside the cytoplasm, these distinct type of cytoplasmic protein, hundreds of the protein, they work together. They work in a relay fashion, relay system. That is why if you understand and if you remember the 5R concept we started with, after the reception or the receptor, the third R was relay system R. Yes or no? That is what happening here. So to better clarify that particular idea, so let me to go to the, okay, and also I have to go for removing this annotation. Okay. All right. So I will take the example of this particular flow diagram. Then we will understood, okay, what is the meaning of your transmission of signal from outside ECM to the cytoplasmic side mediated by the receptacle or the power of receiving certain chemical structure, that is ligand or agonist, or you can say any form of stimuli, any form of signals. Okay, so what is happening here? We have understood these signaling molecules or the signal, chemical, mechanical or the physical, that is mostly outside here. So I will type here ECM. Yes or no? At the ECM level, these signals are our stimuli or the chemical information is there. Then these receptor system, these are also their the receptacle or receiving component of receptors are waiting outside, displayed on the membrane as we discussed earlier. Okay, that is also in the ECM. So what is happening here? These ligand or the signal, they will make a binding association or interaction with the receptor. That is what we refer here, receiving of signal. That is happening in the ECM. Once it is done, then what is happening? The receptor will make a dancing tune, conformational changes, and that will be transmitted from ECM to the intracellular compartment. Now what is happening? In the intracellular compartment, these relay proteins are working. So better I will write here, intracellular compartment. Okay. So these relay proteins are waiting for the signals. Those are transmitted from outside to the inside. And in what form? This form of the transmission of the signal is conformational changes. Then you will ask, okay, in that way it appears that the signaling molecules like cytokine or peptide or growth hormone, etc., whether they are outside of the membrane, they are bound to the receptor, and these structure will be always outside. क्या ऐसा होता है? Majority of the cases this is happening, but some of the signaling pathway where the signaling molecule or the chemical structure, they passes through the membrane as a chemical structure. But most of the signaling pathway, what is happening here? Chemical structure will bind with the binding domain of the receptacle of receptors. They are bound. Then conformational change of polypeptide, that is going to be transmitted. Chemical structure will be outside of the membrane. That is what happening. So in the intracellular compartment, these relay proteins, cytoplasmic protein, hundreds of them, they are waiting for that signal. Once they capture it, then they go in the form of relay. Means A protein will transfer to the B protein. B protein will transfer to the C protein. Then you will ask, okay, what they are actually transferring from A protein to the B protein? Then I will say they are transferring the chemical printing or chemically printed code. What I'm using the word? Chemically printed code. That means here, chemically printed code. Then you will see a chemically printed code क्या है? ये क्या language है? what type of the language the relay proteins are going to transfer from one protein to the other protein within the cytoplasm. Then I will give you the example. Have you heard about the phosphorylation? Yes or no? नाम सुना आप लोगों ने?
हाँ सर.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So likewise, phosphorylation, that chemical conversion, like addition of phosphate group to a certain amino acids, that type of the chemical or chemically printed code is transferred one protein to the other protein. That means the transmission of signal or transfer of the signal from one protein to the other protein is also the key features of molecular cell signaling. So it is not happening here that signaling molecule will bound to the receptor outside of the membrane and the task is done. No, that is not the fact. Molecular cell signaling is also going to involve the exchange or the transfer of chemical coded instruction from one protein to the other protein. Yes or no? And these aspect is also very, very important for the functioning of receptor. Another important point is, even this step, like multiple cytoplasmic protein, they work as a partner. Partner means they work as a team. For what purpose? Purpose is the same, to facilitate the transmission of chemical message within the cytoplasm. And then that means this particular portion is also within the intracellular compartment. Okay. Now there is another word, that is secondary messenger. I believe that all of you remember cyclic AMP. Yes or no? याद है?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So the cyclic messenger AMP is also in the form of participating chemical structure within the cytoplasm, within the intracellular compartment, that facilitate the relay of signals within the cytoplasm. Again, I'm specifically writing here. Now, the last, another point is, once the transmission of signal either from outside to the inside, and then within the intracellular compartment, the signals are transmitted. Then you will ask question, oh, why on the earth there is just so much efforts, so much steps in the form of cascade. Cascade आपको याद है? We might have used this particular word, like no stepwise manner. Why this flow of signal is important within the cytoplasm? Directly क्यों नहीं हो जाता? Like one ligand will bind to the receptor, then signaling should be transmitted. Why not? It is so simple. Then my answer is that also convinces us that biological system is complex in nature. Yes or no? Multiple proteins are participating, either outside or inside, that is the cytoplasmic side. These multiple proteins, they are participating, they are facilitating the transfer of different chemical coded instruction or the message for a very well thought, regulated manner. Yes or no? Another very important is, okay, there are hundreds of protein in the cytoplasm. The receptor is also on the membrane. All the signals are transmitted. Then what is the last step? And last step is the, here, can you look at here? The use of effectors. And then you will ask where it is happening, which compartment of the cell these effectors are going to work. And then my simple answer is here. That is yes. Okay. So the actually effector means, so this is the last step of culmination or completion of the signaling pathway. So the effectors means anyone can guess, what type of the protein, what type of the, any name of the protein that can work as a effectors. कोई idea है? Anyone within the nucleus? Yes, student. Anyone? What type of the protein that can serve as effectors within the nucleus of a particular cell where signalings are going to be transmitted? कौन है प्रोटीन? एनीवन?
One that can bind to DNA.
The transcription factors.
Oh, exactly. Very right answer. So that means within the nucleus, the transcription factors as a participating for the molecular cell signaling, they are waiting for instruction. Again, you will say, यहाँ पर signal क्या है? Signal is nothing, that is the chemical signal. क्या है? Chemical signal, like phosphorylation, acetylation, blah blah, etc. So that within the nucleus, these effectors like transcription factor, co-transcription factor, even many other protein, they work as a transcriptional complex, okay, to facilitate the transcription of set of genes. तो यहाँ पर हो क्या रहा है? Once the imagine, I will say here, these signaling or signals are for growth. क्या है? Growth factor is the signaling molecule. Then these receptors are growth receptor, okay. Then within the cytoplasm, various cytoplasmic protein like kinases are working. Then like cyclic AMP, no doubt. Then within the nucleus, these transcription factors, they receive the signal. Kya signal? For growth. Then what is the meaning here? Meaning is these transcription factor, they regulate the transcription of set of genes. That gene actually help the cell to grow and proliferate. That means the cellular response of, or cellular response in the form of growth and proliferation is actually dictated by growth factors from the outside, from the ECM, through the growth receptors, through the relay protein, some multiple signaling partners within the cytoplasm, even cyclic AMP as a messengers, then ultimately within the nucleus, these transcription factor or co-transcription factors receive the signal of growth. And then these set of genes that controls the cellular growth and proliferations are transcribed. Outstanding, yes or no? And that is why, and if you look at this particular flow diagram, it gives you very clear imagination that our biological systems are really complex in nature. It is not as simple as it appears. Yes or no? Like, you know, okay, we have taken the growth factor, then growth factor will lead the outcome of or response in the form of growth and proliferation. No. There are hundreds of protein in whole pathway or the flow system in the form of stepwise manner. They participate, they coordinate, and then actually last success is there. That is in the form of transcription of the genes that control the growth and proliferation. And then lastly, if I can ask you here, what is the meaning of here the gene? कौन सा gene को यहाँ control कर रहा है? Anyone can give the idea, at least name of one gene that will be controlled by this particular flow of signal from outside to the inside and finally the response within the nucleus. ये gene कौन सा होगा? Any name of the gene? Anyone? Yes?
So like P53 gene.
P53. Okay, anyone else? Other? Have you heard about the cyclin dependent kinases, etc.?
Yes, sir.
These are the actually genes, those are under the control of at least this model of flow of signal, flow of growth signal from outside to the inside. Outstanding, yes or no? So that means all the steps are very, very critical to flow from growth signal to the final response of transcriptional gene expression of these growth promoting genes like cyclin dependent kinases, etc. Okay, so that will be the last the very summarized picture. What is the picture is all the chemistry starting from the signal to the transcription factor is very, very important for one single cell. किसके लिए? For one single cell, they are doing these type of the stepwise cascade manner flow of signal from top to the bottom. Okay, so I mean I believe that that will help you to grow and to understand the receptors or the ligand in a better manner. All right, now if I go to the next, Already we have discussed, and even in the introductory classes, it is like a match factor. On the one side, there are different type of signaling molecules. On the other side, there are different type of executing receptors, whether it is integrin, cadherin, GPCR, ion channel receptors, or receptor tyrosine kinase, and many more. How the cell is going to make a coordination. Coordination means one set of chemical structure in the form of the ligand will be diverted to the GPCR. One set of the chemical structure of the ligand will be given to the receptor tyrosine kinase. Yes. One set of the ligand will be given to the, for an example, cadherin. How the one single cell is able to manage at the nano level. Everything is happening at the nano structure. How they are able to manage. This powerful multiple signaling pathway is happening at the micron level size of the cell. Understand? Yes or no? And that is why already we have discussed that type of signal. It can be paracrine signal, like most of the example is outstanding example is cytokine. You can cite endocrine signal, like most of the hormones are here. Neuron signal, like acetylcholine structure. Neuroendocrine, some of the chemical structure, not hormone, they also serve for endocrine signaling. Then there are pheromones. There are various simple chemical structures like histamine, dopamine, etc. So these various chemical structures, they are categorized according to the receptor they bind, they activate, and then they facilitate the transmission of signal from outside to the inside. Even the signals are classified, or the chemical signals are classified based on the chemistry, whether hydrophilic or hydrophobic. Like some growth hormones are hydrophobic in nature. So these growth hormones, they can pass through this particular bilayer membrane, So if the growth hormone is here, they can pass through the membrane and they will come to the cytoplasm or nucleus. But like cytokine, acetylcholine, they are not going to pass through the membrane. Rather than they bind to the receptor outside, like this cursor. So they bind to the ECM side. So they never enter to the cytoplasm directly by passing through. So these type of the ligand or the signals, they are hydrophilic in nature. Kaisa hai? Hydrophilic in nature. So these are also the classification of different type of the signals. The signal can also be classified also whether what is the actual chemistry. Some chemical signals can be simple amino acids, some can be peptide, some can be like protein structure, like if you take the example of cytokines. So based on also, it is our responsibility to understand the different type of chemical signal or different type of the ligand. If you look at the cursor here, most of the lipid soluble or the hydrophobic in nature, they are the steroid hormones. They can pass through the membrane directly, but majority of the chemical signals, they are water soluble or hydrophilic in nature. And most of the examples like amino acids, peptide, blah, blah, etc., they never enter to the cell. Rather, they work from outside by binding to the pocket of a particular receptor as a ligand receptor binding interaction. Okay. So what I feel, so today I should stop here. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So great. Thank you. Take care.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.